I didn't know all of this existed. So I was trying to set up a business having zero business experience or knowledge. So when you said that there was somebody who could potentially mentor me, that excited me. You don't know what you don't know. So I think my apprehensions were how stupid I would look because I had no business sense.
I think even I was a bit apprehensive about it at first. I think they expect you to be the expert, or that you're going to come in and tell them exactly how to do everything. And that's just not true. We're there as a sounding board and support, but they already know most of the time what to do. They just need somebody to say, that's it, go for it.
I was a bit confused because I didn't really know what a business mentor would do. So I didn't know what to expect. So I didn't know what to ask or what help I could ask for.
Vicky was saying she didn't really understand what was available, but I didn't really understand what was needed. So it was a bit of like discovery on both sides to figure out how we would work together and what would be the most beneficial, things to get started with straight away. I think the first bit is just to say hi. I mean, that's the hardest bit sometimes, is arranging that first conversation. And then it's just about, understanding when we can meet. For me, it's face-to-face is really important, as early as possible. It's a lot easier to have those conversations sort of sat, sometimes in a pub, sometimes in a coffee shop, but to have it face-to-face where you can really just have a flow of conversation. I think it was lucky that, Vicky's job is sort of outside working hours. So we had a lot of time in the middle of the day, not a lot of time. You have a job, obviously, but so do I, to meet sort of ad hoc and, for short, quick meetings rather than with some of the other people that I've worked with. It's been a 3-hour on a night sort of session every couple of weeks.
And I would say weekly or fortnightly, certainly for the first 18 months. No, up until September, or maybe August this year, it was really regular.
Some people really needed a bit of structure and like a plan laid out to say, right, you're going to do this by that date and I'll do this by that date and we'll come back together. And some just wanted, a bit of let's touch point again in 2 or 3 weeks and just see how we're getting on. So I think it really depends on the club and how they want to run things.
My business would definitely not be here without Rena. Well, it might be here, but it wouldn't be where it is now. I think I might have had a nervous breakdown as well. I think the most important thing, obviously there's been the practical stuff of let's do this, let's do that, and don't do this yet, and don't do that like work. But you've probably noticed I'm quite an anxious, worrying sort of person. And I think just having somebody completely neutral to everything has been able to make me have a bit of a reality check sometimes. When I've got situations that emotionally I find difficult, like if I hear of a situation where I want families to come in, it's nice to be able to say, what do I do? I definitely feel more confident in making decisions. Well, I say I do. No, I do make decisions, but then I'll text Rena and say, am I all right to do that? Or like on Friday, I had a bit of a reaction to something, and then straight I was like, was it okay for me to feel like this? Was that okay? And just, even though I know a lot of the time my decisions and my choices are right, it's nice having somebody that's not involved emotionally to this, that's able to say yes it is or no it isn't. So having a mentor has absolutely made my business work. It's sharing information, pooling resources and stuff, and like there's a lot of stuff I can't do, and being a small business I can't buy in the services, and I don't know how to do a website, so Rena helped me with things like that and wording things and writing emails and doing everything. Like for me it's probably different for everybody, but my biggest barrier with the business side of the business is my dyslexia, so you've helped me massively with that sort of stuff as well.
We could have met 18 months ago and you said, oh no, this isn't going to work, we don't get on.
Yeah, that's
it's
true.
about finding the right person, and once you do, then just sort of working together and go wherever you need to go.
Yeah, that's really important actually, and also because Rena's never tried to tell me how to run my business. either. She's never come in and said, right, you're going to do this, this, this and this. It's always on my terms. Like, she'll always ask me what we want to talk about today or what I need help with and where to go. And then for me, what was really helpful actually is that you'd give me, because I'd often feel quite overwhelmed with the amount of stuff I felt like I had to do and not really knowing how to break it down and where to start. So you'd give me a list of, right, you're going to do this by this time, this by this time, and then having that accountability and that person to check in with, for me, was a real sort of plus.
And it's not just one-sided, because I come out of our meetings like feeling super excited again and, you know, passionate, and I haven't got kids. So, you know, hearing Vicky talk about the classes that she's running and who she's working with and the really innovative things that she's doing in her business, it's really good for me.
Actually, one of the things I find so difficult is managing my time. So I don't get a wage as such. I get paid for my classes, and then I've had to learn what to do when. And it's been so difficult knowing. So I could spend from 6 o'clock in the morning when I wake up, scrolling Facebook, checking messages, trying to sort my kids out, coming back, doing this post, that post. It's overwhelming, like massively overwhelming. And then I'll do that 7 days a week. And then I'd not have time for shopping, or I'd have to fit my shopping in or whatever. So this whiteboard was actually Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, what classes you've got in, what you need to do. So it was a real visual of, actually, I've gone and done this class. Now I need to actually have a break, or I need to go to parents' eat. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Instead of just feeling massively overwhelmed, trying to get everything done and doing a lot not very well. That whiteboard was like kind of a game changer.
I think I've been quite lucky, because the clubs that I've worked with, and especially Vicky, is super passionate about what she does. And I think it's a conversation that we've had, is that they don't necessarily have to have all the skills of running a club as long as they have the passion to do that, because that's where the real hard work is. I'm definitely not going to come in and tell them how to run their club, run their business. Just a sounding board of somebody who's not invested in the club day to day. I think it's just really important to have somebody totally external who's thinking about that person who's running the club, not just about the day to day.